Thank you for joining us on another edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Coming up, Dominica welcomes its first ambassador from New Zealand. The Plant Protection Unit steps up efforts to manage fruit flies, and the international community applauds the prudent management of Dominica's finances. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
The Ministry of Health's monthly mass aerobics is on. Dress in your exercising gear and join the Ministry of Health and Fitness Plus on Friday, March 28 from 5 p.m. on the Bayfront for 1 hour of exercising and dancercising in the fight against chronic non-communicable diseases. Reduce obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes and cancer. Yes, make it a date and participate in the Ministry of Health mass aerobics session Friday, March 28 from 5 p.m. on the Roseau Bayfront. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
Thank you for staying with us. With the announcement that Dominica's treasury bills have reached a new record low of 1.999% on the regional government securities market, investors are being invited to participate in the additional auctions this year. The regional government securities market is the regional market for the trading of debt instruments of the member states of the ECCU. In the recent Treasury bill offering, government raised 20 million EC dollars when a wide cross-section of the Eastern Caribbean placed their bids. To date, Dominica has raised approximately $175 million in Treasury bills and 25 million in 5-year bonds. The plan is to issue 3 more 91-day Treasury bill offerings in 2014 and a 5-year bond offering next month. Those funds will be used to refinance government debt and finance the public sector investment program. The release indicates that investors can participate in the auction through one of the authorized licensed brokers. Further information can be obtained from the Ministry of Finance or www.ecseonline.com. Meanwhile, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, has stated that the prudent management of the country's finances is the main reason behind his administration's ability to continuously embark on development projects in Dominica. The Prime Minister made those remarks on Wednesday when he addressed the contract signing ceremony of a $2.5 million water supply project for Grand Savan, Salisbury.
As all of us know, these are challenging times, not only for us in Dominica, but throughout the Caribbean and in many of the developed countries of the world. The phenomenon of high indebtedness also and slow or sluggish growth and the pressure of unemployment are some of the overriding concern for many leaders. This is because high debt makes it difficult to raise financing for vital infrastructure and other projects designed to spur growth and to increase employment. Fortunately for us, our record of prudent and responsible management of the financial and economic affairs of Dominica have earned the respect and the admiration of the global financing community. We have therefore been able to raise financing by floating the sale of government bonds. The offer fully subscribed in a short time at a rate of 1.99%. The lowest rate ever contracted within the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union.
The Prime Minister stated that the prudent management of the country's affairs by the DLP administration has been recognized internationally.
While our detractors paint a picture of negativity about our country, the international community is giving a thumbs up to the performance of this government.
On Wednesday, the government of Dominica and DOWASCO signed a $2.54 million contract for the commencement of a water supply project for Grand Savan, Salisbury. This project and others, according to the Prime Minister, is in keeping with the government's mandate to upgrade the lives of Dominican citizens.
We're making this money at a time when I said resources are difficult to come by. But because of our commitment to the advancement of the country, because of our commitment to ensuring that we continue to assist in transforming the way of life of our people, we go out there and negotiate for the resources required to help build this country.
On Wednesday, Dominica's head of state, President Charles Savre, welcomed New Zealand's first ambassador to the OECS and the region, including Dominica. The new ambassador represents New Zealand's newly established presence in the region, with an embassy in Barbados, which will serve the OECS, Trinidad, Guyana, and the CARICOM Secretariat. Her Excellency Jan Henderson, who will be resident in Barbados, handed over her credentials to the President at the State House.
It's an honour and a privilege to present my credentials to your wonderful country. It's especially historic for New Zealand because I am the first New Zealand High Commissioner to Dominica, and for us this marks a milestone in our endeavour to deepen and broaden the relationship in this region and with your country. We have historical links. We both share a passion for democracy. We have the Commonwealth connection. We certainly have a deep love of cricket and a long sense of history with cricket. But we think we can do more. We think that we can really expand this relationship, and we are determined that we should do that. And my government has decided that we should set up a High Commission in the region, and that I should be accredited to Dominica as part of that program. So thank you very much for your welcome here today. As I say, it's a privilege and an honour.
President Charles Savre told Ambassador Henderson that the two islands have very much in common.
We are aware that New Zealand sees itself as an island nation with an island culture, and that you maintain close ties with the island nations of the South Pacific, with whom we in the Caribbean share so much in common, including challenges of small size, susceptibility to natural disasters including sea level rise, limited natural resources, remoteness from major source markets for goods and services, etc. Among the areas of cooperation of great value to us is in the field of higher education and training, and we wish to thank Your Excellency for the opening up of opportunities for Dominican students to pursue postgraduate studies in the areas of agriculture, disaster risk management, and renewable energy. We share a common interest in small arms control, ocean management, CNCDs, and issues relating to small island developing states. We therefore look forward to the building and enhancing of bilateral relationships and development cooperation between our two countries.
New Zealand and Dominica's partnership is expected to extend to the advancement of geothermal energy development. Geothermal energy development is top on the agenda of a two-day workshop which got underway at the Fort Young Hotel on Thursday. The workshop is being hosted under the theme, Driving Geothermal Development, How to Realize Geothermal Potential. Mervyn Matthew has more in this report.
The development interest by the OECS member states in the generation of geothermal energy is the focus of a two-day workshop at the Fort Young Hotel in Dominica. The workshop is hosted by the Government of Dominica in collaboration with the OECS Secretariat and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade of New Zealand. Geothermal experts from across the globe are expected to discuss a combination of strategic development of geothermal resources with input on key scientific and engineering aspects that must be addressed before and during development. The workshop is being held at a time when regional governments are seeking alternatives to the costly dependence on fossil fuels.
We must take hold of building the base for energy security. Different countries have adopted different approaches to this. Some have focused on solar, others on wind, others on hydro, and yet others on a combination of these.
In some Caribbean destinations, the importation of fossil fuel costs in excess of 10% of the gross domestic product.
In our thrust at diversifying the base of our economies and fostering competitiveness in the production of goods and services, it is imperative that we give laser-like attention to the question of energy and energy costs.
Dominica's Energy Minister, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, is however very optimistic about the future of energy generation in the region.
There's a ray of hope because we have potential in renewable energy.
During the two-day workshop, participants will hear from geothermal experts in New Zealand, a country which is regarded as a global leader in geothermal exploration, development and utilization. Her Excellency Jan Henderson is New Zealand's first High Commissioner to Dominica.
This workshop represents a tangible opportunity for New Zealand to share our knowledge and to develop the kind of linkages that we trust will be helpful as you develop your resource.
The Caribbean experience in geothermal development will also be discussed at the two-day forum, as officials discuss case studies of challenges and solutions in geothermal energy development in the small island states context. The government of Dominica has already spent over $30 million in its geothermal energy pursuits.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you to join with me in thanking in advance the people and the government of Dominica, not only for hosting this, but for the contribution they will make to the leadership of the OECS in dealing with this problem of energy.
Dr. St. Catherine, like representatives of the OECS member states, recognize that geothermal energy generation will be a costly and demanding exercise. But
in the long run, it will become sustainable, and we all would have benefited.
Mervyn Murphy reporting for GIS News.
The Small Island Developing States SIDS Sustainable Energy Initiative SIDS-DOC, the Republic of Austria and the United Nations Industrial Development Organization UNIDO on March 17, 2014 announced a historic partnership with millions of euros to establish a network of regional centers for renewable energy and energy efficiency in SIDS. The government of Austria, through the Austrian Development Agency, has committed to funding the establishment and the first operational phase for renewable energy and energy efficiency centers in the Caribbean and other regions. The signing ceremony took place at UNIDO head office in Vienna, Austria. Signing the Memorandum of Understanding were Ambassador Michael Linhart, Secretary General for Foreign Affairs of the Austrian Federal Ministry for Europe, the Director General of UNIDO, His Excellency Dr. Lee Young, and His Excellency Vince Henderson, Dominican Ambassador to the United Nations, who also chairs the SIDS-DOC Steering Committee. Secretary General Linhart, in his remarks, said, quote, "The Austrian support to the centers can be seen as an important contribution to the UN Secretary General's Sustainable Energy for All initiative and the 2014 International Year of Small Island Developing States." Under the partnership agreement, UNIDO, by virtue of its mandate, becomes the recognized global institutional partner for small islands. UNIDO will assist with promotion of renewable sources of energy and energy efficiency as part of its broader mandate to promote inclusive and sustainable industrial development to create more opportunities for women and the rural poor. The new centers will be announced at the 3rd International Conference on Small Island Developing States, which will be held this September in Samoa. In other news, the Minister for Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs, Honorable Gloria Shillingford, has made a special call to parents to pay even closer attention to their children in order to shield them from sexual and other forms of abuse. The minister spoke passionately about the subject at the recently held 16th inaugural meeting of the Atkinson Village Council. She says from reports received at the Ministry of Social Services, statistics prove that sexual abuse is more prevalent today in our society.
We should stop destroying our children, because when we destroy them, we destroy a generation. Parents, hold your little girls as your handbags, okay? You go out, hold them, is another handbag. Wherever, when you cannot see them or you cannot leave them in the with a responsible person, maybe their granny, whatever it is, hold them with you. When they are not at school, Sometimes they're just playing around in the yard, or you say they are playing with the neighbor's child or whatever it is. You do not know what is going on. Keep an eye on your children. I'm saying so because I really feel it for the kids who continue to suffer. And the reports that continue to come to the ministry, the statistics cannot lie.
Honorable Shillingford also spoke proudly of government's flagship program, the Yes We Care program.
One of the things I want to bring to your attention this afternoon is our elderly. I'm sure that you do look after them in the community of Atkinson. But I want to say to you that government has this flagship program, a program that many other countries envy this government for. An initiative started by our Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, and we call this the Yes We Care program.
She told the community although government is doing well by assisting those in need of care, the community has the ultimate responsibility to take care of its own. Honorable Shillingford also spoke passionately about young people.
Let me also say to you that you have a responsibility to look after the youth. Sometimes they may be a bit troublesome. I wouldn't say other words. Some of them might be even a bit disruptive. But they are our youth, they are our children, and they belong to our community. If we give up on them, who is going to look after them? So we cannot give up on them. We have a responsibility also to guide them through.
The Plant Protection and Quarantine Service of the Division of Agriculture is on a drive to educate farmers about the management of Caribbean fruit flies now affecting tropical fruits. Head of the Plant Protection Unit, Ryan Anselm, says the production of fruits such as guava, mango, carambola, and cherry has been significantly affected by fruit flies, and urgent measures are being taken to address the situation. Farmers are being advised to improve sanitation practices on their farms as a means of managing the destructive fruit flies.
We are asking farmers, it's not traditionally done, but the way we can reduce the population of fruit flies in your mango orchard is to sanitation, remove all the fallen fruits on the ground, make sure under the tree is free of rotten fruits. By doing that, you will prevent the larvae from pooping in the soil and emerging into adults. So you can reduce the population of fruit fly by doing that.
Anselm tells National Focus that a special trapping program has been implemented at the ports of entry.
The Ministry of Agriculture has put a program in place, a trapping program, where we try to identify all exotic fruit flies. So we have traps on the ports of entry, and we speak of the Mediterranean fruit fly, Mexican fruit fly, and the carambola fruit fly that we do not have. And that is why we are asking the travelers, the people involved in trade, to seek permission to dialogue with us in the importation of fruits. We are net importers of temperate fruit. We speak of the apples, grapes, and pears, plums. We import tons of these fruits into Dominica annually. And we are asking the general public, before they bring in these fruits into the country, they need an import permit to bring in all fruits, all agricultural produce and products.
The Mexican fruit fly, while not present on the island, is of special concern to the Ministry of Agriculture. Anselm says all protective measures must be taken to ensure that this particular fly does not enter Dominica.
The Mexican fruit fly has a wide range. It can affect our citrus, it can affect bananas, it can affect all basically tropical fruits, and we do not have it. And that is why we're asking people when they travel to Latin America, to Africa, to Asian countries, do not bring in fruits, these temperate fruits, into Dominica. Bringing these fruits can be a pathway to bring in these exotic fruit flies that we do not have in Dominica.
As a means of minimizing the damage of the agricultural pest, the Plant Protection and Quarantine Service is also embarking on a spraying exercise targeted at affected fruit flies. And that's the English segment of National Focus. Macpherson St. Louis brings us the Creole highlights next.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi, c'est Macpherson St. Louis. Premièrement, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt a complimenté village council Nef Atkinson. Honorable Skerritt won compliment cela pendant l'inauguration council la semaine passée. Selon Premier ministre Skerritt, le gouvernement Dominique a won support pour plusieurs projets en communauté là. Un projet Honorable Skerritt mentionné, c'est l'éducation pit latrine, bagay qui a mené bon standard de sanitation qu'a consigné la communauté là. Comme vision ça la catapé vision tout mon pays, Premier ministère a bas commitment avec $50,000 l'argent nous qui est allé pour projet ça là en Atkinson. Honorable Skerritt aussi bas commitment gouvernement mettait d'autres l'argent pour compléter Atkinson Beach Road et aussi bas commitment pour Simenal en Atkinson. En d'autres nouvelles, le secrétariat OECS a organisé un workshop qui a mis attention à ces potentiels géothermiques pour OECS et puis bénéfices. Plusieurs monde tout le monde la terre qui a attendu le workshop déjà là, qui a pris place en hôtel Fortune en Wozo. Plusieurs monde qui ont expérience en exploration géothermique au New Zealand, qui a fait présentation à cette exploration et puis expérience pays salam, qui a concerné les ressources géothermiques. C'est le ministre de l'Énergie Dominique, Honorable Ribbon Blackmore, workshop ça bien important pour Dominique.
We just finished to production well. Avec tout de suite nous allons bâtir un plan pour mon Dominique bénéficier. Ça le fait qu'au gouvernement qu'on monde c'est baisser pour l'énergie Dominique. Nous avons dépensé l'argent pour avancer et pour nous en géothermique énergie. Au sein de la place, il y a un official opening. On a déjà un workshop. Workshop ça nous support le gouvernement New Zealand. On a tout point de la terre. World Bank, Council Regional, Martinique avec Guadeloupe, Clinton Foundation, and OECS, CARICOM, Minister Hot, Caribla, Dominic, you can mettez à cette table-là, expérience à Dieu from ever conserve pays New Zealand, nous avons low experience en projet ça, projet Dieu from ever you cabano à vie, ever you dit Dominic c'est première place pour Chebe workshop ça so c'est mon qui prend part à workshop ça tape une experience practical en Dominic c'est bien important pour nous.
À la nouvelle, ministère de l'Éducation, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, bien plaisir développement human resource, sinon éducation. Record qu'a montré qu'entre l'année 2001 pour l'année 2011, Dominique voit avancement monde qui obtenait associate degree. Ministre Saint-Jean a considéré ça comme bon la foi, monde placé en vision gouvernement Labour Party. Et d'ici initiative ça là ensemble et puis plaisir d'autres qu'a fait contribution ressources développement bonheur pour l'école secondaire. Ministre Saint-Jean aussi fait parole qui ont le monde qui a obtenu bachelor's degree depuis l'année 2001. Finalement, compagnie Josephine Gabriel qui a venu à bord et puis management solid waste pour tirer une machine pour recycle bouteilles plastique. Parole ça la sortie officier relations publiques management solid waste, M. Geno Jacob.
Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation tapé l'argent de Josephine Gabriel company. C'est mon qui a produit Coca-Cola et puis yo abo et puis solid waste management pour faire secteur qui valait plastique bouteille et puis d'autres espèces bouteille plastique yo ka moun ka gain ces différents bois et puis ka lâcher ces plastiques à tout côté comme ça yo concerné comme ça et puis pour yo même yo ba nous l'argent yo 1,45 $185,000 pour faire secteur qui nous ni machine une plante machine pour la nous masser ces plastiques ça là diverses powers comme communauté en Dominique pour nous ça croiser plastique là déchirer un petit morceau pour nous savoir aller l'autre pays. Parce que Solid Waste Management Act là, ça c'est loi qui a gouverné Solid Waste, c'est-à-dire qui tout produit, tout butin qui pas fait en Dominique, supposé virer l'autre pays. Et puis pour nous même ça bien important parce que nous constituons comme ça et puis nous voulons continuer pour chaîne Dominique net et puis propre.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est Macpherson Saint-Louis. Au revoir.
Coming up next, can eating more than 3 meals a day help you to lose weight? Stay with us to find out.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
3 square meals a day is a way of life for many of us, but some diet experts believe that more frequent meals could be better. Eating 6 small meals a day, they say, helps regulate blood sugar, control cravings, and keep hunger at bay. As long as you choose the right foods and watch portion sizes, grazing throughout the day can help you lose weight while keeping you energized. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News Desk, thank you for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.